Ah, we have one viewer. Welcome. We'll juiced up and I was about to start reading Associated Press Oddities. I'm doing jokes because I was getting bored. You're gonna be witness to one of the best shows, one of the best cool streams. Hello to Pop Deluxe. I was just saying that you're about to witness a good show. Can't even say that with a straight face. Let's see. Cat that lived 6 years in Alaska at a general store gets evicted in Homer, Alaska. Dope. Cat named Stormy. I'll put this song back on. Oh. Always missed the cool streams. Alright, I'm looking forward to sharing all kinds of weird stuff today. Checking the chat. Competing with Emmatown. Yep, it's unfortunate that Chris is kind of taking over. He's got a stream every time you turn around, but that's okay. It's just fine. I will give up my stream for Chris if that's what he so desires. I'll bend the knee to him, as it were. But much like the rapper Nas said, all I need is one mic. For me, all I need is one viewer. Looks like I got 3, so that's more than enough to get it going. Do 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 do. That song's pretty weird. Not really the vibe I'm going for. So let's just get the hell into it. I'm tired of waiting around. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do the damn thing. Because I'm pumped and I'm juiced and I'm ready to go. Woo. That's right. It's another episode of the show that people are saying is a good show to watch. And critics are saying a lot about our show. It's pretty cool. Getting lots of attention. So we appreciate those, all the good words that have been said. New York Times just did a write-up on us. It's pretty cool. Actually, it was an opinion article. And their opinion was, we don't like the show. So screw them. It's alright. And that's right, when the horns are going, you know the cool stream is starting. Oh. That's right, everybody. It's Saturday afternoon. It's time for a cool stream. We thought we'd bring you another one on this great, wonderful day in March. It's the beginning of one of the next seasons that we got coming up here. So we thought we'd kick things off, and we thought we would bring you a show on Twitch. And that show will henceforth be called The Cool Stream. And it has been called that all along. But for a lot of people who are just now viewing and they've never heard of the show, so this is a new experience for them. We're pretty excited to bring it to all those out there, young and old, young and restless, and people who maybe are tired from doing lots of chores on Saturday, are ready to just sit back and relax and be taken for a ride through space. Today on The Cool Stream, we're covering some weird, crazy space stuff. And it's going to get wild. It's going to be interesting. Because it's The Cool Stream, baby, and that's what we do. We show up every day to bring you all kinds of cool and funny, neat stuff here on the Twitch streaming platform. That's right, and we've got some great viewers. We got Pop Deluxe, and we got a couple of others who haven't shown themselves, but that's okay. We thank you for watching, and we know there's so many streams you could choose from. We were just talking about a couple of them in glowing terms. We'll never say anything negative about another stream, because that's not what we do. We lift and support rising tides, and we lift all the boats. And we hope that all the streamers have good streams and get lots of viewers and all that kind of stuff. So, what are we talking about today? Look at this guy. Look at this weirdo. I don't have a good soundboard sound for that. I'm trying not to go too crazy on the soundboards, because it's just, can be a bit much. But I will see, let's see, what's a good one here? Oh yeah. So it's about to get weird here on the Cool Stream, and I see a mirror in the chat, and I'm a little bit delayed, so I don't know what that's in reference to, but I hope it's something good, because we like to promote positivity and all that kind of stuff on the show. But we do like to have a few laughs as well, and we like to show you things that are kind of interesting and strange from the internet. Now, the great thing about today's episode is that we just get to jump right into it. None of this preamble, none of these ads or any of that stuff. We're streamlining the stream, and we're bringing it to you live and direct, and we want to get right into that stuff today. We do have some ads later in the show, as always, and we love our advertisers, and we love Amichi's podcast network and all that good stuff. So, you're not the one delayed. We are. Okay, Nico. Thanks for that. I don't understand how any of that works. I've been doing this. This is actually supposed to be the 10th episode, but it appears I mislabeled all of the episodes. So this is actually the 9th episode. So I've been doing it for this long and still don't know how it works. Mountainabout can't listen, but the image looks promising. Thanks, Robert Denby, and look forward to getting some of those classic Robert Denby VOD chat comments. And I'm just kind of setting the precedent that now he is forced to comment on the stream, on the VOD, so that I will see it. If I don't see it, I will be enraged. No, just kidding. But yes, this one's going to be pretty weird. And Robert Denby, he's got this, he knows what's up. We've been looking at all kinds of crazy, weird stuff for future episodes. I got things in the making. I'm cooking up some good stuff. But we got some good stuff today. Can you believe it? Of course. That's what we do. So, what is today's episode? Well, I got a cool little intro that I'm going to do for it real quick. The song ended at just the right time for me to do and explain what today's episode's about. And here we go. Today, on the Cool Stream, we're talking about aliens. We're talking about beings from space, extraterrestrials, life on other planets. Are they here amongst us? Have they visited us in the past? These are the questions that we will answer on today's episode. And just gonna do a big clap for that. Pretty long clap. Yeah, so we're talking about aliens. When I got into this topic, it was a suggestion from a viewer, a fan of the show, and I got excited because I mentioned aliens on the Bigfoot show. And we're gonna come back to Bigfoot at some point, but it did get me curious, and I did think now's the time that we will talk about aliens. Now, there's a lot of different ways to approach this, the alien issue. The issue with aliens. What's the deal with those guys? Well, the stuff that we think about with aliens, you think about the guy from Blink-182 and how he's doing funding alien research. Just take a drink here. It's a great time to take a drink in the middle of making a good point about aliens, which is that there's a lot of things to consider. There's abductions, there's people that claim to have psychic powers that communicate with aliens. There's ancient aliens, which, that's something that I can get riled up about. People that think the Egyptians were friends with the aliens and the aliens built the pyramids and all that kind of stuff. And then there's Eliab. Yes, that's right. Weird aliens out there. And people that believe in aliens in the religious sense, which is kind of crazy. Such as those crazy Heaven's Gate people. Remember that back in the 90s? Most millennial kids, only true millennials will know this. And then actually, this is where I would throw up the picture of the, what's his name? Applewhite guy, the weird, creepy guy, bald guy who led the Heaven's Gate movement. We all know about that. So there's a lot of these weird groups that believe in aliens that are, out of this world. They're out of this world, and they've come to us to maybe fix our world, to help us. They worship the aliens. They want to be one with them. Heaven's Gate, the Raelians, and some other weird groups that I've found that are sort of maybe apocalyptic in nature, who think that they have the inside track, people communicating with aliens. So there's all this kind of crazy stuff wrapped up into it. Couldn't possibly condense it all into one show. So I thought where I would start with, Muhammad was from Saturn. Well, I don't know if I'm wary to make a statement like that. I don't want to get in trouble. But I guess some people might believe that. So where I wanted to begin was talking about all the different races of aliens. And there are lots of them. There's tons of them out there. And luckily we've got the internet to kind of tell us something about those folks. So we did some research. We combed all through all kinds of weird websites, and we found kind of the top. Let's see, how many are there? There's, I don't know. I've lost count at this point. There are not too many. I would say 5 or 6. The top 6 alien races out there. Not racists, but maybe they are racists. You'll kind of see maybe some of that. So I wanted to kind of go down and give you an overview of what each of those are like, a little bit of history, and some videos that kind of describe those people. And we'll see what we can find out. Because I guarantee I have not been able to read all this stuff because there's so much to cover. But we have some videos that'll give us an overview, a few things to read, some cool pictures, such as this little guy. This kind of a little weird. I think looks like a hybrid. I think he's a hybrid alien ET. Anyway, so let's start it off with our first on our list of the top races of aliens. Is race the right word? I don't know. I think that's the word that they use. The top alien beings. We'll start with number 1. Number 1 on the list of all the best aliens out there, you have they go by a couple different names, the Nordics or the Pleiadians. And so check out this video about the Pleiadians. And I'll tell you a little bit about what you want to know. The Nordic. They go by some different names. And what the hell is wrong with my shit? What do they look like?
They are human-looking and are so named because they resemble Nordic, Scandinavian or Aryan racial images. Their hair is blonde and eyes are blue. They are tall. Some guess at 11 to 13 feet tall, statuesque and attractive.
Some basketball.
How do they behave? Nordics will not break the so-called universal law of non-interference. This is a law which is known about throughout our galaxy, which states that different races should not interfere with each other in any way, whether to benefit them or otherwise. They have a high regard
Talking
for
about
life.
aliens.
What are they
races.
up to?
What are they up to?
They choose primarily to just observe. Perhaps their motives are to create a harmony between the different creeds of the galaxy. What do they eat? One thing is certain. They do not eat other races of alien.
Oh, that's good.
Where do they come from? The Nordics come from the Pleiades star cluster in the constellation of Taurus. This is viewable from the northern sky after midnight between east and southeast and is 385 light years from Earth.
Whoa. Perverts.
Would you invite
That's
them
right.
to meet your mother? Yes, absolutely. They are polite and don't interfere with human affairs.
Okay, so this is a little video series by a guy, Richard Hall, and he's got some. He kind of gives us the overview. And so we got the Nordics. They're 13 feet tall. They don't believe in eating other aliens or something, and they're from the Pleiades star system. And this is kind of crazy, but they're white guys. Imagine that. Of all the planets and all the types of stuff out there, those aliens seem cool. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's see. Check this out. This is pretty good. This is from Piperon on YouTube, and he's got a ton of these videos. There's a bazillion of them.
We greet you, our beloved ones. We are the Pleiadians. We are always here to guide, protect, and heal. You are in the process of awakening, beloved ones.
What? The loved ones. Right, so that's his little intro on the Pleiades. There's some other good stuff. Let's switch on over to... We'll kind of read about these, and there's our friend there. Oh, is that what the mirror was? That's pretty good. Yep, that's right. Let me turn my monitor on. Okay, here we go. So, the Pleiades, the Pleiadians, they're from a star system called Pleiades, and I just said that in the video. There's the stars. It's a small cluster of 7 stars located in the constellation of Taurus, the Bull. And the Bull, I've heard these guys are pretty tall. They could play for the Bulls. And the Bulls, basketball team, they're 13 feet tall. They could dunk on anybody. So it's a pretty long way, 500 light years from Earth. They're a humanoid race who visits Earth often and whom we share a common ancestry. So you could put in your ancestry.com and you might get Pleiadians. Oh. Kristaps Porzingis. So, now it goes into talk about, because of the wars on Lyra, and we're all familiar with that. Those some crazy wars that happen over wherever that is. Many peaceful Lyrians left on their spacecrafts and traveled for many years until they came upon the 7 clusters in the Pleiades. They landed on a planet now called Era, which is located around the Pleiades star called Taygeta. Here's where they started their new civilization in 228,000 BC. Wow, it was a long time ago. So they're a very ancient race of humanoids. They've kept record of the complete history of Earth's human evolution from the very beginning to our present time. That's pretty cool. I'd like to check that out and see, because we don't have lots of written history for humans, so I kind of would like to see what they say. So yeah, Jay Chiz says, interesting coincidence how all the aliens are from a star cluster that happens to be prominently visible in the northern hemisphere and not just a random star you can't see with the naked eye. That's right, yeah, just kind of all the big, bright, shiny ones. Gotta be some crazy aliens out there. So there's a bunch of more info. They kind of wrote a whole history. There's no real way to confirm any of this, but that's what this website actually on Angelfire is telling us about. So they come from us from the Pleiades star cluster of beautiful, dazzling stars located in the constellation of Taurus. With a telescope, you can see about 100 stars. And this says, let's see, we got Alien Rapture here, the Alien Tribe. Alien Rapture is the new, and I'm just already distracted from these. There's just a lot of info to read. I couldn't really get through all of it because a lot of it is just a bunch of stuff somebody made up. But this website's kind of cool to look at. Well, let's check out Alien Rapture. Yeah, is the new album from Alien Tribe. Features a mixture of symphonic electronica, progressive electronic, and rock and dance music. So that's a little bit about the Pleiades, man. There's some other good photos of these. Here we go. The Nordics. They're the blonde Nordics. This one says 6 to 8 feet tall instead of 13 feet tall. So there's kind of a height difference. Pretty large height difference, I would say, between what that other website said. They have very human features, so on and so forth, and they're advanced. And they are shapeshifters also. They have the ability to shapeshift into other forms, including, but not limited to, other beings, animals, and balls of light, as well as other energy forms such as a streak or beam of light moving upwards very quickly. They've got the shared consciousness. They share our consciousness, and they can communicate telepathically. They can do all that stuff. There's a kind of a funny picture of that, one of those. There's a lot of different artistic interpretations of these guys. There's a militaristic blonde Nordic, so the reference there is pretty clear, and one name has been given to them. Kind of references some bad stuff. The Aryans. So, these are kind of like the MAGA guys of the galaxy, I would say. Just blonde and Nordic and beautiful and all that stuff. Oh, and there's racism. They recommend that you read this article. So this is just a lot of stuff to read. And I kind of like looking at videos. It kind of explains things. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just not feeling like reading a whole dictionary to everyone today. But it kind of gives you an idea of what these dang Pleiadians are all about. Let's see. Beer Horse says, I assume 3:30 referred to PST because I'm very stupid. So I'm late to the stream. That's alright, Beer Horse. This is our Game Master Beer Horse. Creator. He's developing the Cool Stream game. It's coming along great. I'm trying to do my part and contribute as much as I can. We'll be revealing that at some point in the future. Let's check out another video because those are entertaining and funny to watch. Alright, what's the next one? So the next one is, so the Pleiadians, they communicate with us telepathically. There's a couple of groups that they kind of incorporate the communicating with the Pleiadians into this kind of new age thing where they telepathically talk to them and meditate to send their energy and all that kind of crap. So this is pretty funny to me. A lady named Barbara Goldsmith, and she's going to give us a message from the Pleiadians. And Beer Horse says, I got a big hurdle done in the game. Now, I thought we were doing a platform game and not a track and field game. But it's not very flashy. All right, good to know. What up, Barbara? Here we go. This is some good stuff. I'm going to bring the laughs today from this video.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. And now, due to popular demand, I shall bring in the Pleiadians.
Bring them in.
See what they would like to share with you from their perspective about the year coming up, 2019 to 2020. Woo! Well, this is a big year coming, and many...
I just love this video. I want to try to recreate. I want to do this. It's just so... okay, we gotta watch it again. It's just too good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. And now,
I want to memorize exactly what she says and reenact this because it's just so good. And so we're just going to keep going.
Due to popular demand, I shall bring in the Pleiadians to see what they would like to share with you from their perspective
We're just going to keep watching.
about the year coming up, 2019 to 2020. Woo! Well, this is a big year coming and many changes are coming. Of course, there are always changes happening, but we are going to share with you the major changes that we see coming.
They're going to share the major changes that we see coming. And it took her a minute to really get into, I guess, kind of linking up the brain, the Pleiadian. I don't really know who she was talking to specifically, but I guess kind of doing the mind link was kind of tough. So she had to kind of get into it for a second. Wasn't really ready to go into describing a lot. That must be kind of hard on the brain to kind of absorb the consciousness of a Pleiadian. So let's see what her message is to us Earthlings. I guess we can keep this creepy music going.
Water will be an issue.
All right. Water will be an issue. Always has, always will be. But this year, especially 2019, water will be an issue. Okay, let's continue.
Water is going to be key in this coming year. Don't underestimate water.
Okay, don't underestimate water. Don't do it. You may have seen the Water World. There's a lot of water. Kind of hard to get around, when there's no land, or Mad Max when there's no water. So those are kind of the two extremes. She'll kind of talk a little bit about some extremes of water.
So water, as far as flooding is concerned, too much water, too little water.
Yeah,
Extremes
too much, too little.
around water we are seeing. And it's really going to be important to make sure that you tune in to Mother Earth and listen to where the water is going to be. Because Mother Earth is transmitting messages all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There is information out there for you all the time, but you have to find ways to be able to tune into it.
Yeah, there's information about water like, you could log into weather.com. And they're not a sponsor, but if you want to know where the water's at, you take a look at Google Maps, see where a little near your nearest tributary. You could see weather.com, see when it's going to rain. So those are things to watch out for. Mother Earth is always talking to us. And that's right, we're going to go, whoa! I'll have to add that to the soundboard. This is for 2019-2020. What year is this from? Okay, that's from 2018. October 2018. So kind of getting ahead of the predictions there.
That's going to be your challenge this coming year, is to tune in to Mother Earth's messages.
What was that?
Listen carefully. Is to tune in to Mother Earth's messages.
These Pleiadians are kind of wacky. They do a lot of weird stuff with their voice.
Watch the animals.
Wow.
Listen to the trees. Listen to the skies. Listen to the earth. Even put your ear to the earth from time to time. You'll be amazed at the messages and the information that you can glean.
Put your ear to
You'll
the
be guided
earth?
as to
Might
where
get
to live,
a damn earthworm
which
up your ear.
room to sleep in, which room to eat in.
Yow!
Ask. You'll find yourself being moved. We know it sounds strange to some of you, but it's time to get over strangeness. Yes, it's strange if you look at Barbara, she's got her eyes closed and we're coming through, but it's time to reduce your...
So they're kind of self-aware. They know it's weird. They know this Barbara lady's kind of weird. She's got her eyes closed and she's talking to us, but hey, it's the Pleiadians here. Come on. Listen to us. We're going to tell you about water. It's going to be an issue. And if something crazy with water happens, you can say, I heard it here first on the Cool Stream and with Barbara Goldsmith told us all about. And the Pleiadians actually are who told us that. Yow. So we'll have to add that to the soundboard. Oh yeah, I got a new one. Another new one to add. Or to play. Here we go.
Oh, yeah!
This stream's not as wacky as the last one. We did life hacks, and it got real wacky and crazy. Alright, so let's jump on to the next... Let's jump on to the next freaking group of aliens. Why not? Since we got this creepy-ass music, so the next people we're talking about here are the Anunnaki. Let's check them out. And let's check them out. And this is Richard Hall. And tell us about the Anunnaki. What do they look like? Why is it so blurry?
They are very large, 6 to 8 feet, possibly 9 feet tall, and human in appearance.
Shit.
How do they behave? They are religious, but this does not necessarily mean they are benevolent. They have been known to be violent.
Shit.
What are they up to? They periodically return to the Earth to determine how effectively Earth's resources have been utilized by humanity and by those extraterrestrial races playing a role in managing humanity. The Anunnaki visited Earth around 300,000 years ago and allegedly helped to create man by interfering with evolution of an ancient version of man. They did this in order to create a race of slaves, the human race, in order to carry out mining activities on Earth.
What?
The Anunnaki are involved in influencing long-term human evolution through elite groups, systems, and institutions, and by influencing
world
human
order.
consciousness. They may be in competition with the Draco Reptilian for control of the Earth.
Ooh.
Where do they
Spoiler
come from?
alert.
Nibiru.
Is that a nipple on his
Which is an
head?
undiscovered planet within our solar system in
An
a highly
X.
elliptical orbit. It has a 3,600-year-long orbit. Would you invite them to meet your mother? Possibly. They are human in appearance, but very tall. There is not much known about how violent they may be. They allegedly met with the ancient Sumerian people on Earth thousands of years ago, who considered them to be gods.
Whoa. That's a lot.
There are known to be many other types of alien in addition to the ones I've described, some of which are hybrids, including human hybrids.
Okay.
Bear in mind that the information given here could just be a fraction of what is known by the US government, or should I say, the secret divisions of the US government. It is incredible that such earth-shattering information can be kept secret.
Yeah. Well, it's not a secret now because we're talking about it on the stream and we're blowing the lid off of it today. So that's all about the Anunnaki. And yeah, there's some more tall guys. They're pretty badass. They look kind of like Klingons for all you Trek heads out there. Especially that drawing with the crazy folds on his head. So you can imagine that, you know, they could maybe do that sequel to the Space Jam, and you could have the Anunnaki on the bad guy team doing big slam dunk, and then you have Bugs Bunny and LeBron James and the Nordics on the good guy team doing another big galactic slam dunk on your posterizing your ass all the way from Planet X. Truly is incredible that they managed to keep this stuff a secret. Yep, because the Anunnaki are another little thing he said is that they were helping to behind the scenes with the government, and maybe they were fighting against the reptilians, and maybe that's someone we're going to talk about. The reptilians? I don't know, but first we got to talk about the Anunnaki. So they came and hung out with the Sumerians back in the day, and people know this because they found some carvings, and we're like, what? Look at these crazy guys. Look at them. They have big eyes, and that can't be a human. And they're holding looks like a coffee mug. Oh no, they're holding the symbolic holy grail of a bloodline he created? Question mark. So they're these crazy looking guys, and we found these statues, and it's got to be aliens. It's got to be. So this gets into the ancient alien stuff, which is a whole other thing, and there's the TV show about it. And let's see. So the Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki were a pantheon of good and evil gods and goddesses. Duality. Yeah. Gotta add that in, just in case you didn't get that. The classic duality of good and evil. And they came to Earth to create the human race. According to some resources, these gods came from Nibiru, planet of the crossing. And the video said it was planet X. The Assyrians and Babylonians called it Marduk, after their chief god. Sumerians said 1 year on planet Nibiru, a sar, was equivalent in time to 3,600 Earth years. Anunnaki lifespans were 120 SARS, and I hope those guys are okay that they have SARS, that crazy virus. Can't wait to see an Anunnaki ask, what is up, Doc? So they're angels, yes. They're also angels, I guess, and they're Nephilim, and that gets into all the crazy Rob Skiba theories about, oh gosh, all that stuff. And so anyway, if they had SARS, we hope they're doing okay. They had the avian flu. I think that's what SARS was. So a bunch of SARS passed, and the Anunnaki arrived on Earth to the time of the Great Flood. And there's some sacred geometry jewelry. What else we got? So the ancient alien theory, and they talk about it on the History Channel. So that's our history of humans being interfered with by the aliens. They went by many names. So there's an alien in the Stargate from that movie Stargate, and that, I think those were the Egyptians in the movie. I remember seeing it back in the day. The main Babylonian god is really a big dog who's always getting into trouble. Like Clifford. Marduk. Yes. So there he is in the carving here in the Stargate. And shows the Sumerian god Ninurta in a gateway, Stargate portal. And his father, all these other guys. The emblem around his neck, oh, here we go, big detail, matches the design of the Knights Templar. What? Crazy. And the Sumerian gods, they create the bloodlines, and they wear bird masks, but maybe these are bird people? I don't know. And maybe we'll talk about some bird people coming up. Spoiler alert. Just throwing around that. Spoiler alert. Left and right. And there they are carrying some stuff. Teleportation, encoding grids, creation by sound. It's kind of interesting. The Tree of Life. So there's a bunch of pictures. What is this website? So if you've been reading up on the Anunnaki, you have probably noticed we spend most of our time trying to understand who and what the Anunnaki are. That is understandable. Who and what are big questions with many facets and plenty of mysteries to plumb, and it takes quite a lot of time and effort to piece together the answers. I'll say. But as any journalist knows, or anyone who has ever learned about journalism in school, the 5 big questions with any story, giving us a little journalism lesson here. Who, what, where, when, and why. We spend so much time trying to figure out who the Anunnaki are and what they are that we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about why they were or are here and why they may decide to return. If you think about it, this is quite curious because it isn't exactly as if Earth is brimming with cosmic significance, at least not as far as we know. True, it could be, but it doesn't take a lot of imagination to reckon this is just one tiny planet in a universe teeming with life. So let's focus on that big question. All right, why? Why did the Anunnaki come here in ancient times? What do they want from us? What is likely to happen when they do eventually return en masse? It's hard to answer this question as well because the resources we have are so limited at this point. There are a lot of individuals who claim to know something about the Anunnaki. Sometimes, from personal experience, you will even meet people who claim to be Anunnaki. What? Never met someone who claims to be Anunnaki. But I would love to meet them. Have them on the show. Maybe some of them are, but for the sake of this article, we're going to stick with the more traditional and or published sources. So, what does mythology say about the motives of the Anunnaki? So the theory goes that the ancient deities of Babylonian and Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki, of course, how could we forget the people we're talking about? Marmaduke. Okay, I got it. But they were not gods. They were ancient aliens visiting from a planet called Nibiru. We've already been through this. The ancient aliens lacked the language to talk about other planets and species. They referred to these beings as deities, of course, as you do. You're too stupid to understand anything. You're just a dumb idiot who lives out in the desert, and you're just a dirt farmer. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. It's 3,000 years before anything worth noting, and so you see these crazy guys flying around in the air, and you're like, these are my gods. What? Yep, that's right, and there they are in their little spaceship. So anyway, and then they go and they tell a whole big story, and maybe instead of writing as if this really happened, just write a science fiction novel. That would be kind of the next best thing. But anyway, they claim to know all the answers, and they're basically so the guy who created the Anunnaki theories is this guy Zecharia Sitchin. He's one of the most well-known ancient astronaut theorists. So he said that they came to Earth to mine gold. And he says in his book, The 12th Planet, so pretty much all of this stuff came from this one crazy, stupid guy who wrote a book. And he's old and he's probably long gone now, but he wrote this book and everyone's like, holy crap, he's figured it out. The Anunnaki. Anyway, on this book, he says, Nibiru, planet X of our solar system. The problem was the opposite one. Loss of internally generated heat due to a dwindling atmosphere brought about by natural causes and nuclear wars. Nibiru scientists, I wrote, concluded that the only way to save life on their planet was to create a shield of gold particles in their upper atmosphere. So the Anunnaki came to Earth to mine the gold, and they love gold, those crazy Anunnaki guys, and they came here, and that's pretty much all you need to know. I don't think the streamer should be so insulting to Iraqis, even if they lived a long time ago. Well, come on now. I wasn't insulting. Look. Hey. I wasn't insulting the people. I was trying to make a joke and saying that these I get so frustrated at these freaking ancient alien guys who they think that people from ancient times were just didn't know anything and were so stupid, and how could they make carvings about interesting things like guys flying around in the air, and how the hell could a bunch of dum-dums living in the desert could build a pyramid? It had to be the aliens, They're just going back, and see, now you're getting me all freaking ready to go off, and this is why I get so pissed at ancient alien stuff, because I think, actually, that ancient people were really smart, and they did know how to build cool stuff, like big giant pyramids, and do cool carvings, and create amazing, interesting culture for us, and we're so privileged in our current time to even be able to appreciate such things, artifacts that they created. So I think it's very disrespectful to say that aliens did it, and it's kind of stupid, and I hate it. So I have much respect. Beer horse is yanking my chain. Yeah, you got me going off. If there's one thing that I could go off about on this damn stream, and I'm getting pissed. I get so pissed about ancient alien stuff. Makes me mad, because I like ancient history and ancient art and all that kind of stuff. I have respect for the people, and because imagine, all right, okay, this will be my last rant. Imagine that you are an Egyptian, that's where you're from, and somebody comes along, some idiot on TV comes along and says, hey, your ancestors who built all this stuff, and you live next door to a big pyramid, and you think of it as this thing that your people who your great ancestors created, some guy with crazy hair on the History Channel is going to say a stupid alien made it. You know, that's kind of just rude, is what I think. I think it's disrespectful to people in other countries who have a different culture from ours to think that they're so crazy, and it could just be a conspiracy that created all of it. All right, so I get it. It's kind of fun to think about and kind of weird, but pisses me off. All right, so this is a great time to do an ad. How about that? How about we get in a good mood and we'll do an ad. Oh, yeah. So what are we doing an ad for today? Maybe this will get me excited and get me juiced up in a good way. Because I'm excited to announce a new sponsor, and you may be familiar with these folks, and I can't speak too much about the reasoning behind doing this ad, but I think you can figure it out. This is a little bit of work that we're doing on our end to, further our good relationship with this sponsor, and maybe get some other sponsors. Okay, Twitch streamer absolutely ethers viewer over ancient alien subject. Well, I know he was just joking around. It's cool. I'm not mad. I'm mad about ancient aliens, but I'm not. I get it. You're just picking on me. It's cool. So, this here ad is for a great sponsor. We love them. Boom. The Russian Post. Alright, so here's what we're going to say about these guys. Our mission, this is what the Russian Post says, their mission statement. Our mission is to unite people. We provide reliable and affordable postal services in Russia and around the world. We maintain the economic and political integrity of Russia and contribute to its integration into the world community by shipping the packages around. So if you're wanting to order something from Russia, you gotta hit these guys up. If you're tired of going to the post office, hit up Russian Post and they'll get you something straight from across the world. And so they say we create high quality jobs, and strive to realize the potential of each of our employees. Their strategic goal is to make the Post of Russia a profitable, customer-oriented, efficient, and technological company, a reliable and modern provider of postal logistics and financial services for the whole country. Whew, that's a mouthful. Let's do a big clap for that. Whoa, wait a second. Oops. No. Didn't mean to do a laugh there. Sorry about that. Yes, the Russian Post for all your postal needs in the country of Russia, and if you don't live there, you could order something and it would be shipped quicker than a boat could come across the ocean, and that's all I can say about that. We're going to do a big clap. We didn't mean to push the laugh, and we hope that we're not going to get in trouble for that. All right, we love these guys, and so our next ad, a little quick one, and this is sort of a recurring ad that we got, a recurring sponsor here on the stream, and that is none other than our friend Ollie. That's right. It's Ollie's Army. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Join Ollie's Army now, because he's leading the fight and leading the battle for the deals. So recently, an update from the front lines of the deals war is Ollie, he broke through the bulge, the battle of the big bulging pocketbooks of consumers, and he beat back the evil, dastardly big box companies to bring us some great deals on the Western Front. That's right, he broke through the line, he routed the evil enemies over at the Axis, the Allied Axis powers of the big companies that want to take the deals from us. And he marched triumphantly across the battlefield and planted the flag in the ground for Ollie's Bargain Outlet. His Jeep is a cheap. That's right. So, join the Ollie's army, and fight for deals, and fight for your great leader, Ollie himself. He's our great leader in the war for deals, and he will get us those deals no matter what sort of, no matter the casualties and no matter the struggle that would ensue fighting against those dastardly evil doers, the evil big box guys. We want to win this war finally, and we want to bring our boys home from the Ollie's army. All right. I guess we'll do another clap for that. Why the hell not? All right. So what's next? Who we got next? We did number one. Number one was the Nordics, and then we saw a little bit about the Anunnaki. We got real pissed off, and we're talking about the Stonehenge. Don't they think the aliens built Stonehenge? Oh yeah. Oh wait, here we go. Beer Horse says it's interesting that ancient alien guy always talk about Egyptian or South American monuments being made by aliens, but never seem to think aliens made Roman aqueducts or the Notre Dame Cathedral. Wonder what the difference is to them. That's right. That's a good point, because at some point in our history, we have written history, and written by white guys who were able to say this is what happened. And nobody, Herodotus was not writing about no damn Anunnaki, so they don't have anything to say. I mean, couldn't they also say that the steam engine was invented by aliens? And I guess maybe they would say that that was the case. I didn't even watch any of these Anunnaki videos. Shit. Yeah, they would say that the aliens were there this whole time behind the scenes, influencing us, I think is what they would say. Crap. Okay, we gotta watch. Oh my gosh, I skipped over all this. I got so pissed that I skipped over a bunch of Anunnaki stuff. Let's watch this Piperon video and maybe a quick one of this other video. Oh, that's the same one.
We, the Anunnaki, are here to help and guide.
Whoops,
Do not
I gotta
be
turn on the
afraid.
freaking
The
video.
divine time has come. It is time for human to awake to their divinity.
Wait a second, what does it say here? We got some info on the screen. It says Anunnaki was the dark overlord of the human race, but now switched side. That's good. So they're on our side. And then I found this video. It's kind of funny. This is a guy who claims to be speaking the Anunnaki language.
I've had the pleasure of presenting the two original audio clips of these ancient languages on YouTube, the Anunnaki language and the Lemuria language, already to several thousands of people, as well as discussing them personally with hundreds of you. Many of you have had your own experiences with what some term the star languages, and I hope that what we do tonight serves to expand on that and just offer some more insight and information and understanding, because along with your comments and interest, there have been some questions as well. And I've also promised here and there that we will present some more of these languages. So without any further ado, I welcome my
This is a
good
weird
friend,
Canadian
Jack.
guy, by the way.
Good evening, Jack.
Good evening.
Okay, so
He's
what
about
we're
to
going
go
to
into
start
the
with
Anunnaki.
very briefly is just a couple of lines of the Anunnaki language, just
Here we go.
as a refresher,
Make it
pretty
quick.
much, and get into this
We got
tonight.
stuff to get to.
And
damn
please
it.
go ahead.
Naklektun Sipur Nistur Kanha Stui Shivrnakaste Nur Chinavorstiki Sten
He's on side.
Navur Kanakai Surak Chivul Krana Squay Shubak Nak Kikarachboy, Hona Borkana, She, Krabo Kana Shuk, Tu, Shitirash Nakrashti.
Schnack. I'm gonna have a schnack on the shrimp on the schmack on a whack on a wow. Rock Salad says aliens built Stonehenge. Alright, so enough of these damn Anunnaki. You're gonna make me piss me off. So we're gonna talk about the reptilians. The Draco reptilian. What do they look like?
There are two main types of Draco reptilian, the kayaker and the warrior caste.
The
The
kayak.
warrior caste Draco, pictured here, is a 7 to 8 foot tall biped and is feared throughout the galaxy for its fighting ability.
Big tall
It
guy.
has vertically slit pupils and skin similar
What is
to
that
that
letter
found
there?
on the stomach of
What
a
is that
lizard.
letter there?
The kayaker
What is
Draco
that?
is considered to be the
What is
royal
that?
line of the Draco
What is that?
reptilian race and range
All right,
from
we got a
14
follow
to
from Rock
22 feet in height
Salad.
and can weigh up to
Thanks for
1,800
following.
pounds. They have winged
Heard of
appendages and are
rock salad
described
with
as
word
awesome
salad?
and look remarkably
Oh
like
yeah,
a
that was some
dragon.
word salad.
Dracos are not seen as often
don't
as other
care.
reptilian aliens.
Don't care
They are
about
similar
these
in appearance
reptilians.
to the indigenous reptilian, but do have distinct physical differences. The Draco has wings, whereas the indigenous reptilian does not. The wings consist of long, thin, bony
This is
spines
a good
or
drawing
ribs
too.
that protrude out of the back.
This could be your
The
damn
ribs are
Dungeons
adjoined
and
by
Dragons
flaps of
character.
leathery
You
dark
could just
skin.
slap
Normally
this
would be
on,
kept in a
give him a
retracted
profile or whatever you do in
Another
that
physical
game.
difference to the indigenous reptilian is that
Wings.
some Dracos have horns. They are located and develop midway between the brow and the top of the skull.
Right there. That's
Horns
kind
are
of where
conical in
you
shape
would
and
find
have blunt
horns on
tips.
top of the head.
The Draco
I just want to
reptilian
know,
has a much
are you
more
going to bring your,
athletic build from the base of
are
their
you going
jaw
to
to their
introduce
shoulder
your
blades?
mother to the reptilians?
How do they behave?
I don't care, don't
extremely
care. I want to
intelligent
know
cookies.
my favorite question.
What are they up to?
Okay.
These
What are they
aliens
up
are
to?
in command of the Earth-based reptilians. The Earth-based reptilians
yeah.
are in turn in command of the large greys, who are
It's
in
got a lot of
command of the
abs.
small greys. The Dracos
Oh, wait
are
a second.
interested
Okay,
in
this is
harvesting
important to
the
note.
Earth's
See, I'm just
resources
totally
and
drifting
ensuring
off
grays. The Dracos are interested in harvesting
About-
in command of the large greys, who are in command of the Earth-based reptilians.
Command of the
Earth-based
Earth-based reptilians. Okay, this is the chain of command of aliens. I'm sure as hell not going to get to all this because it's already been an hour of this damn show. But he's going to go down the chain of command of aliens. It's important and enough screwing around. It's time for me to pay attention to my own damn show and let's get some hardcore facts over here about the aliens.
Reptilians are in turn in command of the large greys, who are in command of the small greys.
So the Draco reptilians are in charge of the Earth reptilians, who are in charge of the large greys, who are then in charge of the small greys. And who's in charge of the 50 Shades of Grey?
The Dracos are interested in
That's what I wanna know.
harvesting the Earth's resources and ensuring that these resources are efficiently exploited. It is rumored that the Draco reptilian species are involved in controlling human beings who hold high office and therefore controlling institutions and financial systems. What do they eat? Their diet is similar to the indigenous reptilian,
What do they
which
eat?
includes lots
Whoa.
of fresh raw meat.
Meat. Oh. This is the wait a second. Hold up. See, I gotta pay attention to my own show. I'm really screwing up.
Indigenous
so
reptilian,
here we go.
which includes lots of fresh raw meat.
Beautiful ribeye steak.
Where do they come from?
That's
The
pretty good.
Draco reptilian originated
Beautiful
from a
ribeye
planet
steak.
which
Those guys
orbits
love
Alpha
meat.
Draconis,
They ought to go to Salt
which is
Bay's
between Ursa
restaurant and get a
Major
big
and Ursa
slab of
Minor.
ribs
it is
or
viewable
whatever.
in the northern evening sky between north
There
and
it is.
northwest.
So
and
that's
is
where the
215
Dracos come
light
from.
years from Earth.
Isn't that also a Harry Potter thing?
Would you invite one
There
to
we go.
meet your mother?
I love this question.
No. The
No.
kayaker type would not fit inside your
kayak.
house.
Oh.
The warrior caste has the strength of 10 men and could kill you in the blink of an eye.
Whoa. That's freaky stuff. So you don't want to invite them to your house. Don't want to invite them to your mother. Well, that sucks because I was going to have one over for Christmas. And I've got a sound for that. And here we go.
I don't suppose you could cook us up another turkey dinner for Christmas, eh, Top?
Sure, if you can get
We're going to have them over and have a turkey dinner. But they're scary and they're going to kill me, so I'm not going to do that. Poff says, remember when Obama's Secret Service agent temporarily lost his cloaking field and revealed himself to be a reptilian? Well, yeah, they live among us. They're very popular. And so I don't really think I need to... I think we all are familiar with the reptilians. And we got some cool pictures here. There they are. These little snake lizard guys. They may be two different types of beings in the famous eye. So we're going to go back and check out I keep forgetting that I keep forgetting that I got the Piperon videos too. These are cool. There they are.
Greetings, humans.
Oh, shit.
We are the reptilians from Alphen Reykjavík. We will be coming to us soon.
Scary. And their ships are shaped like a cigar. That's one thing to keep in mind. So then we got the reptilians caught on camera. What? Katy Perry? Oh! Oh no! We missed it. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa! There he is. There's one right there. Does that look familiar? It's a freaking reptilian. Cigar-shaped ships. There was a cigar asteroid that passed by Earth recently. Oh, what? Watch out. Hide your mother. You got the reptiles coming. The reptilians. The Draco reptilians. There they are. It's not... What the hell is this? Wah! Oh no. Oh, wrong one. Here they are. It looks like a couple of vampires. Oh no, not Dabo. No. He loves Jesus so much he can't be a reptile. Oh. Was it the guy behind him? It was a cop. It was a damn... Ah! What? And Mr. Phil, of course. Mr.
Oh, it's so good.
Mr. Phil. No, not Mr. Phil. Oh no, Mr. Phil. Dabo. Yep, they got Dabo and the Queen. Oh, of course. Ah! Ugh! Well, she may have some kind of weird cancer of the eye. So don't really want to make fun of a nice old lady like the Queen. And of course, here he is. Former President Barack Obama. And this is what Poff was talking about. And we're going to see some reptile shit. Is that him? Is that him? I see a reptile. Wow. He looks kind of weird. He's kind of got a weird shaped head, that's for sure. Ah, there's another one. Another one of those reptiles. Trump is way too human. But Trump isn't an alien. Spooky. Alright. Ooh! Freaky stuff. And of course, who could forget this lady? She looks kind of freaky. Alright, she's a reptile. And so just thing. Alright, what do we got next? Of course, number 1. Here we go. Number 1 with an exclamation mark. She forgot how to drink water? The reptilians look different in each video. Momo. What? What? She spit something in the water. That's kind of a thing that reptilians do. Is they vomit. What the fuck? That's nasty. That's what that is. What was she spitting up in the water? Ew. Good God. Get that off of my screen. This is my show. Alright, so let's talk about the large gray. We gotta speed through this. Got no time. We all know about reptilians. And we gotta get through the damn show. She just hocked a damn loogie in her water. Nasty. Here we
As you
go.
would expect, they are large and grey, between 6 to 8 feet tall. Their height is often exaggerated by humans when describing them.
These
They
guys
are
are
erect
tall.
standing bipeds and generally look similar to the small grey. Their heads are large with no hair, eyebrows
rush.
or eyelashes.
Yeah, that's true.
Their
you know.
skin is extremely pale in
Try
colour,
to do a show
almost
within
white. It is possible that this race is
the
actually a
hour to
hybrid
hour and a
of the
half
short
mark.
grey and a taller race. The nose is much
kinda what we
larger
do.
than that of the small grey.
Don't have any obligations.
How do they
but
behave?
My
They have
producer
similar
will start giving me the
characteristics to
cut
the
sign.
small greys, are less vicious towards
If I go
humans,
too long.
but still considered hostile. What are they up to? The large greys
What
have an
are they up to?
overseeing role over the
What's the
small
rush?
greys.
We're talking about
They are
getting
known
Lee.
to have carried out diplomatic activities and missions, such as negotiating treaties. It is the large grey species which met with President Eisenhower in 1954 and formed the Greada Treaty. This treaty gave the Greys permission to abduct cattle in exchange for technology given to us by them.
What?
They share the
So they agreed to the treaty, which said that they could abduct cattle, or because we have their technology. Because we took it from them? They don't have their own technology? Oh, that's kind of confusing. But they took our cattle and then gave us back the cattle, and then we gave them back their technology. So kind of like a blackmail scenario. The large
same
greys.
interests as the small grey in areas such as genetic experiments and mind control.
Yeah, freaky
What
stuff.
do they eat?
What do they eat?
They presumably have a similar diet to the small grey. Where do they come from? The
What do they
large greys
eat?
originate from a planet orbiting a massive red star named Betelgeuse in
What?
the Orion
And don't say that name 3 times,
This
or
is
else
427
freaking Beetlejuice
light
would jump
years
out.
from Earth. The star is viewable in the
They love
sky after
hamburgers.
midnight between
Why did they
east
want
and
cattle? I don't know.
southeast.
They might get that mad
Would you
cow
invite
disease.
one to meet your mother? No. The very sight of a tall grey would probably give your mother a heart attack.
Oh,
They also smell very bad and have been known to attack humans with a radioactive blue beam.
they smell bad. What about E.T. from the movie? Was he a small gray? He was a small brown because he looked like doo-doo. I don't think there are planets around Betelgeuse. I have no idea. They eat the same stuff as the small gray, but more of it. And here we go, from Piperon. That's what he's got to say here. The large greys are those classic aliens that we see in all the movies, and this is one of their... Oh, there we go. I was going to make a joke about that. Here's my internet. It's going slow today. Great.
Humans weird in constellation weird hidden earth to mind control and dominate.
What?
For me, it really is KSW.
That's Tom Cruise. So, and I think that they're trying to hack into my computer and make it where I can't play this video. Hell? Okay, here we go. And that was the end of the video. And then, of course, they did meet with President Eisenhower back in the day. And they came up with that famous treaty. And there they are. They got gray skin, big eyeballs. And they abduct people and stick things into people's butts, and they love cattle. And there's a lot to read about these guys. So they focus on reproduction, and they impregnate people, and they create hybrid
Former
ETs.
American President Dwight D. Eisenhower had 3 secret meetings with aliens,
so the
a
video-
former U.S. government consultant has claimed. The 34th President of the United States met the extraterrestrials at a remote airbase in New Mexico in 1954, according to lecturer and author Timothy Good. Eisenhower and other FBI officials are said to have organized the showdown with the space creatures by sending out telepathic messages.
Those aren't the tall grays.
The two parties finally met up on
reptilians.
3 separate occasions at the Holloman Air Force Base, and there were many witnesses. Conspiracy theorists have circulated increased rumors in recent months that the meeting between the commander-in-chief and people from another planet took place. But the claims from Mr. Good, a former U.S. Congress and
Good.
Pentagon consultant, are the first to be made publicly by a prominent academic. Speaking on Frank Skinner's BBC Two Current Affairs show Opinionated, he said that governments around the world have been in regular contact with aliens for many decades. Aliens have made both formal and informal contact with thousands of people throughout the world from all walks of life, he added. Ask why the
Including
aliens don't go to
the
somebody
cows.
important, like Barack Obama, he said. Well, certainly I can tell you that in 1954, President Eisenhower had 3 encounters, set up meetings with aliens, which took place at certain Air Force bases including Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico. He added that there were many witnesses. Eisenhower, who was president from 1953 to 1961, is known to have had a strong belief in life on other planets. The former 5-star general in the United States Army, who commanded the Allied forces in Europe during the Second World War,
Yep,
was
that's
also
him.
keen on pushing the U.S. space program.
That's
His meeting
him.
with cosmic life
And he
forms
met
is said
with
to
the
have taken
Greys.
place, while officials were told that he was on vacation in Palm Springs, California, in February 1954. The initial meeting is
on
supposed to have
vacation.
taken place with aliens who were Nordic in appearance. But the
Oh.
agreement was eventually signed with a race called Alien Greys. Mr. Good added, we know that up to 90% of all UFO reports can be explained in conventional terms. However, I would say millions of people worldwide have actually seen the real thing. According to
Dang, that's crazy. He met with the Nordics. Whoa. And I don't think I can answer any questions about any of this stuff, but you can check out a couple of these websites that might explain what the heck is going on between the Greys, the reptilians, the government, the New World Order. Millions of people have seen this and can vouch for it. So you can check out a couple of websites. We got this one here is called hybridrising.com. There it is, right there on the picture. The Greys, and you got a lot of cool drawings of the Greys and some of their crazy experiments. And they're very tall, and they do all kinds of stuff. Fly around. There's one right there. That's a tall gray and some short grays. It's approximately 7 feet tall. And they do the locomotion. Come on, baby. Bop, 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 bop. And they abduct people, and people draw crazy pictures of them. So that's hybridrising.com. You can find the full story and report back and let me know what you find out. So I'd love to know. And then we've got alienjigsaw.com. You put those puzzle pieces together and you will know the full story about the aliens. And so this talks about the alien-human hybrids that he kind of mentioned in the video about how the Greys are kind of making hybrids. So kind of looks like here, that looks like they might be among us. If you see someone that looks like that, it could be a hybrid. And there's alien fingerprints that left in the dust. So first of all, why was there so much dust on their damn house? They need to clean up. Okay, clean up the dust in your house and you won't get those nasty alien fingerprints. And there's a cool looking guy. Love this little character. He looks kind of fun. Looks like he's got sunglasses on. So he was a male ET hybrid who was seen on board a craft that from the inside was cigar shaped. That's kind of a common shape for spaceships. This is the cigar. Let's see. Have you heard of the 1581 celestial phenomenon over Nuremberg? Are you going to cover that? What? Man, y'all know so much about aliens. I don't know, isn't it? I think I know what that is, though. It's depicted in ancient artwork. Right? I'm losing it here. I need more coffee. Oh, look at these long fingers. There we go. Long, this is like the damn Slender Man. Freaky stuff. There, they got thin, wispy hair, and they're on their spaceship. That's a male ET hybrid wearing a long robe-like garment. This image shows the now familiar interior view of the inside of a rounded room with a window, bench, light source, and a door leading to the other part of a craft. So it kind of sounds like my extra bedroom, my spare bedroom I got in there. I don't have a bench, but I have a couch. I have a light source and a window. And I do have a robe, so it could have been me. I could be a damn ET hybrid. Ooh, you never know. Is this part of the alien plan to broadcast creepy propaganda through me? What? Wow. They have 10 fingers on each hand. That's a lot of fingers. Look at this guy. Look at that one. He looks like a military ET. There he is. Like Metal Gear Solid. It's for all the gamers out there. It's too many fingers. Oh. And here's some other ones. Some tall aliens. And there's one with nice long hair and black eyes. And that's over here at the Human Hybrid Children Gallery. It's kind of freaky. So the twins from the Matrix sequels. Yeah, could be. I mean, we all know The Matrix is a documentary. So they will drill a hole in your head and they'll stick stuff in your brain. And, I mean, there's just all kinds of crazy stuff at hybridrising.com and Alien Jigsaw. Just check those out. There's our friend there. Ah, freaky. Do I have any more videos? Is this the end of the show? Is this the end of... Am I an alien? Are we gonna... Is that gonna be a thing now? Let's switch it up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, do any of the aliens have big titties? Probably a little pointy. Yeah, so that's a little bit about aliens. Hope you enjoyed our deep dive. We'll be back next week, where I don't really know what we're covering, but we got a lot of stuff. We maybe have a Bigfoot update, maybe have some other stuff. We'll figure it out. But that was a little kind of around the universe tour of all the different kinds of aliens, and I hope I provided you with all the information you need about aliens. And you can check out some of these sites that we looked at. The song's pretty cool. This is from the album Technomatics. Yeah, so it's been a fun show. Can't wait to come back next week and do another show. And the week after that, and then we'll do another show. We'll just keep on doing it until we run out of stuff to talk about, I guess, is the end game here. I'm not really sure, but thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Pop Deluxe, and all those in the chat. Beer Horse, we got the new follow from Rock Salad, and we had Beer Horse and Nico, and all kinds of great folks in the chat cheering me on, and I really appreciate that a whole lot. So we'll, as we do on the stream, play the credits to play us out. And Kilgore's here. Thanks, Kilgore. Thanks, Hometown Markup. To end the show, We'll do the famous credit sequence, and we'll see you next week. And here we go. And here we go. Oh shit. Here we go. Bye everybody. Thanks for watching.